The Let My People Go programme was set up by the Church of North India to support the basic human rights of marginalised Dalit and tribal communities. Many people from these communities suffer extreme poverty and exclusion from society, and often find themselves trapped in bonded labour. The Let My People Go programme is focused on releasing people from such unfair labour conditions, often through the formation of self-help groups. Self-help groups raise awareness of people's rights to food, work, pensions, rights that many marginalised people are not aware of. The village of Danoa is marginalised due to its location. It is just half a kilometre from the border with Pakistan, in an area which has largely been ignored. The church's outreach here is social, economic and political, as well as spiritual. Work began following flooding in 1988. Church members worked voluntarily, reaching out to these rural communities. The work they began is now part of the Let My People Go programme of the Church of North India, and there are now 2 self-help groups in this area. Baljinder is the president of one of these groups, the Diamond Group. This group are removing stones from dried dates, which will then be used in fruit bars. The other group, called Deepak, which means light, processes raw silk for carpets. The women here are separating silk strands, which will finally be bought and used to make carpets. The village of Saranga has a self-help group called Jyoti, which means light. The intention of this group is to empower women. As an experienced president of a self-help group, Baljinder offers advice and support to new ones. In Saranga, she told them how they too could increase income by separating silk thread, as her own group had done. On the eastern part of India, in the Diocese of Kolkata, the Church of North India's Let My People Go programme is also flourishing. In Durgabati village, the community enabler Banani Makal oversees the activities of self-help groups in 15 villages. The group has enabled women's self-confidence to grow. Almost every household now has its own toilet. All children get a government-funded free school meal a day. Hygiene awareness has been raised, and road improvements have been made in the village. Some of the members cultivate vegetables which they consume at home, and then sell the surplus on stalls and in nearby markets. One family can earn 3,000 rupees a year from the sale of surplus vegetables. Other members buy saris wholesale. They then decorate them with crystals and sequins so they can sell these beautifully embellished saris at a profit. This work can be done on the verandas of their homes, often involving a few members of the family. Many of the villages near Kolkata are surrounded by ponds in which members cultivate fish, harvesting them to sell in the local markets, after they have provided their own families with much-needed protein. The self-help groups are also involved in lobbying local government in order to demand the installation of a well and hand pump, which is used by the whole village. Before this, they used to have to travel far from their homes to buy drinking water. In the village of Kalanagar, there are 2 self-help groups, Jai and Tegar, both named after flowers. One of the issues the self-help groups discovered was many of the women were in debt, repaying money at high interest levels. So they established a group bank account. All of the women went to the bank together to do this. Then they started saving, each contributing 30 rupees a month. They also grew vegetables, sold them for a profit, and put these earnings into the bank account. Once these savings started growing, and seeing that the group could save, The local bank manager granted them a loan of 100,000 rupees. With this money, the group administers small loans to its members in order for them to start small businesses, ranging from rice retailing, fish farming, dressmaking and vegetable production. Adakashi, president of the Jai Self-Help Group, used her loan to start a rice retail business. She buys rice from local growers, soaks it for a day, boils it for 20 minutes and then leaves it to dry in the sun. She then sells it to a merchant, making a good profit. In the village of Vanjra, there is a programme called Rebuilding Walls, Rebuilding Lives, which focuses on a black pepper initiative. They train local people how to prepare the soil, plant and care for black pepper plants. The plants are propagated and distributed to over 15 villages. Each plant lives for about 25 years, and as their yield increases every year, these plants can be very profitable for a peasant farmer. The Let My People Go programme of the Church of North India is bringing hope and resurrection in very practical ways to some of the most marginalised Dalit and tribal communities of North India. USPG is pleased to partner the Church of North India in this important part of God's mission. Thank you for journeying with us and our partners in the prophetic voice of the Church. Your community can support this fantastic work by signing up to the Partners in Mission programme at USPG, which will ensure this vital work will continue.